Hey critics, you know what time it is. It's time for critical news you can use. Okay, critics, let's talk about what's up first, which is actually talking about the return of Hoda Kotb. Now, I've talked about her return before. As you know, she's been sitting in for Savannah Guthrie, who is the anchor co-host there of the Today Show. However, as many have seen across the world, Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, she is still officially missing. And while the search is still on, as said in the National Enquirer, business must go on. And of course, this isn't about feelings. This is about a franchise. And Hoda Kotb has been tapped in as the host that will be taking over. As we know, Hoda, of course, retired back in 2025. She did her own thing. She actually has a podcast as well. But while the circumstances, I've given my 2 cents about this already, but I'll sum it up again. I hate the circumstances surrounding the return of Hoda. However, she is the perfect person to sit in the position on behalf of Savannah. I say keep her on staff as well for Jenna and Chanel, just in case she also has to sit in for them as well. But while, of course, the circumstances are not typical, Hoda will be sitting in that seat for Savannah for a period of time up until she determines that she's going to return. And of course, the rumors out there is that Savannah will return in honor of her mom. It's just that we don't know when that officially is going to happen yet. Speaking of hosts and anchors and all of the things, we might as well stay right on brand. Don Lemon. He is, according to the National Enquirer, casting himself as a frontline defender of press freedom. And this is a result, as you remember, as a result of Don's arrest while covering that Minnesota protest against ICE. But MSN Now News gal, of course, you know, Rachel Maddow, she is not rushing to publicly support him, according to reports, but they're saying that Don really does want Rachel's support. I will say that with that ICE coverage, there were a few of his colleagues, even Don's colleagues, that did not stand up, or they just kind of like took, they did one of those whole like, wait a minute, let me just bow out real quick until I see what's going on, and then I'll tap back in, right? That includes Jason Lee, who was very upfront with Don about how he felt regarding what was going on. He wasn't quite sure where everything was leading, so he just kind of like, held back up until he did figure things out. And reportedly, Don, of course, going back to Rachel, he's wanted Rachel's support for years, but instead of Rachel, when she determined that she was going to talk about it on the show, focusing in on Don being the individual who was protesting, or excuse me, present at the protest, forgive me. He did not protest. He was just present at the protest. She instead focused on broadly, sort of like the press freedom, leaving Don's personal drama out of it. And instead of booking Don, she instead booked another arrested journalist. As you may already know, Don has pleaded not guilty to federal civil rights charges stemming from covering the Minnesota protests. And while on one side of the coin, I know that Don is dealing with this, on the other side, he actually just celebrated his 60th birthday. Saw that post that he actually did with Rihanna. So congratulations on turning 60, Don. When it comes to the story, we will continue to follow. And speaking of congratulations, while we're congratulating Don on his 60th birthday, congratulations to Zendaya and Tom Holland. They are officially married, according to reports. And also, her stylist, La Roche, is the one who apparently they say spilled the information easily, too. That kind of slipped right out of his mouth. And he did it with more than just one news source. He did it with several, so it kind of gave the impression that he was kind of given permission, in my opinion, to sort of spill the beans and share it out. Well, it's like, once we married, just tell everybody, it don't matter no more, right? As a reminder, though, in terms of the timeline of Zendaya and Tom, the two first met while filming Spider-Man: Homecoming in 2016, in which the actress played Tom's love interest. The following year, Tom and Zendaya found themselves at the center of romance rumors, which were ultimately confirmed in 2021 when they were snapped kissing in a car, says Heat magazine. Now, the couple confirmed their engagement at last year's Golden Globes, when Zendaya sported a huge ring, and it was later revealed that Tom had popped the question in 2024. Now, the ring that she was sporting this time was just a simple gold band that gave people the impression that, like, wait a minute, that's a switcheroo. Are you officially married? And while it sounds like the rumor is that Zendaya loves kids, she does sound like she's not in a place right now to start their own family, in case people are jumping to those kind of conclusions. Hold up, y'all. Hold on, not just yet. But I didn't know this, but the two reportedly, according to Heat magazine, they lived together in a $3 million home over in London. But congratulations to Zendaya and Tom on their union. Let's talk about Union real quick because apparently Idris Elba's daughter, Isan Elba, revealed in Heat magazine that she has been invited to appear on Love Island many, 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 many times. But she said she would never go on the show, saying that all those challenges are basically a humiliation ritual. And she says that she's too awkward to kiss somebody on camera, let alone give them lap dances. Okay. I didn't realize that. I guess they would ask just sort of the famous folks offspring to be a part of it, right? Yeah. And speaking of being a part of it, Michael Jackson, the brand new biopic is set to hit theaters in April. I believe it's April the 24th to be exact. The role of Michael, though, is being played by his nephew, Jafar Jackson. And while Coleman Domingo is playing the role of Joe Jackson, who's playing the role of the mother? I forgot. I didn't write that down, y'all, in the script, okay? But the movie, if you don't know, follows Jackson's early years as part of the Jackson 5 through his solo career, and it's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also made King Arthur about the Williams sisters as well. Yeah. Well, that's all I got for today for the critical news. As a reminder, here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content for websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. For access to past episodes, be sure to browse the channel and also subscribe to our backup channel, Hey Critics, linked in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.